Hi everyone, welcome back. This is my first test with the new Pilotfly H1 Plus stabilizer, which is a new compact little gimbal thing, as you can see from the shadow right there, a very small little device. This is set up right now with the Sony a7S and the 10 to 18mm lens being used in crop mode. This was very impressive to me considering the following things. First of all, it was on very low battery. This is my first test. I used up most of that battery life on actually getting it set up, and then now I just had about 5 minutes of battery left and I just wanted to get some footage with it. And I was shaking it around quite a lot, I wasn't being too careful with it. I was skateboarding and stuff with it, going over, really rough ground and things like that and running around with it. Now in the running test, it did feel like it really wanted some improvement, and that would possibly be doable through the settings because this was set up once and, potentially it's going to need some tweaking in the settings, which is actually extremely easy to do. You connect it up via Bluetooth to your mobile phone, to an Android device or something like that, and it's actually very easy to control the settings. The only thing is you need to know what settings to change, which I don't. So I will, I'll speak to the guys at Pilotfly and hopefully get those settings tweaked a little bit. And then I will do a full review about it after I've used it a little more. As you can see here, it's getting good results, but with a little bit of shake, so that's possibly because of the settings or possibly because it's low on battery. So as you can see right here in this running test, it really does need improvement, and I will work on that and see how that can be improved. Now, none of these shots have image stabilization turned on in the camera, except the first skateboarding shot which you saw earlier, the really long one down the road. And so potentially this stabilizer is going to be ideal for using together with an image stabilized lens, but hopefully we'll be able to get this working really well so that it can be used with non-stabilized lenses perfectly as well. As you can see here, it does need a little bit of improvement in the running shots. So over here, even though this shot isn't perfect, you have to consider the fact that I'm skateboarding uphill slightly over this really awful, terrible terrain here. I've got, cracks in the ground, very slippery ground with moss and stuff on it and little puddles and stuff. Really quite just the worst thing you could skate over, and still, this thing wasn't that terrible. Of course, the shot is a little bit shaky here, and like I said, I will work on improving that. But as you can see here, this is actually surprisingly good considering just how much I'm shaking it around. And over here, the H1 Plus started to beep at me to let me know that the battery was completely drained. So thanks for watching. I will have a full review about the Pilotfly H1 Plus, so do let me know in the comments if you have any specific tests that you want me to do with it. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!